All right, good morning, good afternoon, traders. Thank you for being here today. For all you action junkies out there, some really nice action coming into the close. Love that. That was awesome. All right, so again, thank you everybody out there in podcast land, digital land, cyber land. Thank you so much. All my paying subscribers. How I made 5,400 today with a 25K account. Okay, markets are still bullish. All right, just FYI. All right, markets still bullish. All right, let's move this over. All right, and let's move this down. And let's look at the close. 10-minute rip right here. Had one that started here, had one that started here, and they just created the megaphone. They finally broke out of the megaphone. So here's a 10-minute chart. We have a 10-minute uptrend coming into the close tomorrow. I'll be looking for a continuation of that 10-minute uptrend. I'm going to tell you, I like them when the 10-minute uptrend starts at 2 o'clock. All right, because that means it'll probably run for probably the first 4 hours or the first 2 hours at least tomorrow morning. All right, so I like that a lot. 10-minute uptrend into the close. 2-hour chart. 2-hour uptrend. Of course, you can see the 3 EMA up over the 8 EMA. So you get the price candle and the 3 EMA up here, 8 EMA back here, over the rising 17 EMA. So 2-hour uptrend. Okay, did we make new all-time highs? No, we did not, but we came close. I got to tell you, I think tomorrow we're printing new all-time highs. So there's 2-hour chart. On the daily chart, got an outside day. That's a higher low. No, lower low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17. I'm going to pan out here so you can see where we are. Okay, with the quad lines. Okay, you can see here's our April rally, and we are at the top of the quad lines. All right, so that's bullish. All right, and still in an uptrend. Okay, on SPY. Weekly chart, yes, still bullish, still in an uptrend. Nothing's broken. Monthly chart, bullish, still in an uptrend. Nothing's broken. All right, let's take a look at QQQ. All right, QQQ, we'll start with the 10-minute. Again, another nice 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. Totally tradable. This one didn't last long at all. This one didn't last long at all. This one was the one. Okay, so QQQ, 10-minute uptrend coming into the close. I'm going to be looking for a continuation of that 10-minute uptrend tomorrow morning. Okay, nice 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. Let's take a look at, we did QQQ. Let's take a look at 2-hour chart. 2-hour chart still in an uptrend here. Let's take a look at it on that time frame. And let's look at it here on the 2-hour. Okay, so still got a 2-hour uptrend. If you look closely, you can see right there, there's daylight between the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA. So 2-hour uptrend coming into the close on QQQ. Daily chart. Lower high, lower low, closing over a bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Hey, QQQ is bullish and still in an uptrend. Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow prints a, I have to zoom way in. I'm going to say a higher high and a lower low, closing over a bullish trap over the rising 17. Again, top of quadrant 4, that's bullish, still in an uptrend. IWM. IWM, lower high, lower low, closing over bullish trap over the 17. That's lower high, lower low, but closing over the bullish trap. Up at the middle of quadrant 4 up there, so that's bullish and in an uptrend. IWM. Let's take a look at FNGU. Obviously, we had some help from the FNGU today. Oh yeah, I like that candle. See all the tail down there? Those are buyers. Like that candle. Anyways, lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish trap. Would have liked it to close above that. But over the rise, over the flat 17 EMA FNGU. Again, top of quadrant 4. All right, that's bullish. Still in an uptrend. I'll zoom way out so you can see. Here's the April low. All right, there's the September high. Okay, just want to say something right here. If price gets underneath this candle, FNGU will be in a daily downtrend. Now, bear in mind, it's just a label, but they'll still be up here and bullish. All right, up here in top of quadrant 4, FNGU. So there'll be a pullback in the uptrend. That's what we'll have. All right, but will actually be a downtrend because here's a valley low. All right, not a very big valley, by the way. And then a lower low would make it put it into a downtrend. Let's take a look at silver and gold. Silver lower low, lower high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17. This is bullish and still in an uptrend, top of quadrant 4. I'll zoom out, you can see. Okay, so here's quad lines. All right, that's a 14-year high up there. This section right here between the top of this, that's the all-time high right there. So we're getting closer and closer day by day. 42.37 right there for silver. GLD, new all-time high for GLD. You see price action, top of quadrant 4. Okay, just doesn't get any better than that. Closing at the end of the day, at the high of the day. That's bullish and still in an uptrend right there on GLD. All right, let's take a look at UNG. And UNG got a higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17. Still, technically it's in an uptrend because they took out this one candle peak right here. It's kind of weak, but they took out that peak, so they got a one candle uptrend, two candle uptrend, taking out that high that peaks up over the 17 EMA right there. So that right there, it's an uptrend, but it's down here at the bottom of quadrant 1. So that's bearish, still in an uptrend. All right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at USO. And USO lower high, lower low, closing under bearish cross under the 17. Again, just neutral. They go up, they give it up. So it's neutral, and they're still in an uptrend. They haven't broken anything yet, okay, on USO. T2101. Market breadth increasing, so getting a little bit more and more participation. And I kind of like that with us right back up there at the highs. That's nice. So looking at the market breadth starting to come back in. So more and more participation showing up here today. Higher than yesterday. On T2122, price action is, well, we came down to the sell zone. And the bulls kicked us out. And then we came back again to make sure they were sure about kicking us out. And then we went back up here. So all in all, we made lower lows and lower highs through here and wound up closing inside the seller's chop zone right there, T21.22. T21.23, still haven't filled this bearish gap right here. And this was the rubber band candle right here on 15-minute chart. And we just snapped the rubber band candle right there. So that's not good. It's only on the 15-minute chart, but that's 15-minute is in it. Well, they left off. They got a high. They made a higher high, so they got an uptrend on the 15-minute chart by making a high here and then a higher high up here. So 15-minute charts in an uptrend, but underneath the 200 SMA, not liking that area underneath here, and still haven't filled that bearish gap, and I don't like being under the 200. So there's price action finally starting an uptrend by making a little higher high right here. Okay, so there's T2123. Let's take a look at the 3-bar chart. It's a bull flag. Price action up here. Moving over to the right. That's still, nothing's broken here. So price action is on T2123. That is bullish and still in an uptrend. At the top of quadrant 4, again bullish, still in an uptrend. That was prior all-time high in December. This is the all-time high made right here in September. Right there, it says T2123 3-bar chart. FNGU. See what they did today. Selling off from the beginning of the day. Didn't really feel it. I got to tell you, a lot of sideways megaphone price action. They're in an uptrend finally, all right, because there's a high. They made a higher high. They had a gap down, and they never filled the bearish gap, all right. So here we are. We are filling the bullish gap, and now you can see price is now have a bearish gap, and we never filled that bearish gap right there. It's in an uptrend, but I don't like it being underneath the 200 SMA, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Just want to point out FNGU showing up here with head and shoulders. This would be the right shoulder, left shoulder, and all of this would be the head. So there's FNGU for the day. So we did technicals. Oh yeah, let's take a look at how I traded, what I traded. Okay, so I was way deep underwater on these QQQ calls. So I sold them off basically at the ask. All right, I didn't make any money at all. Okay, I lost money. I sold them off into the ask when price popped up and got bullish. I guess obviously somebody was bidding for these at a penny, so I wound up selling those off for a $4,500 loss. $6,700 gain. That's on the 665 0 DTE, and probably should have held on to those. You can see here on the price action for those. I kind of weaned myself out of these down here when price got down to 5 cents. Did not see this coming. I should have recognized that was coming because price was just winding up here on the megaphone style, and it had been 4 hours, and I should have really held on to those. I would have really benefited greatly as price got all the way, oh my gosh, 169. And there was a time I was holding probably 2,000 shares of this, and price got up to 169. So I got out of it because I didn't want to be the last man standing when the music stopped, okay, because this was a 0 DTE. So I went instead with 1 DTE calls. That would be these 667s. You can see where I dropped off of these 0 DTEs. See how I kind of like exited those and started filling into these 1 DTE 667 calls, and those I made 2,300 on those as price came in here, and it got to the top of the channel and just kept going. All right, so there was a huge rally into the close right there, and I was able to capture 2,300 on those, 1,100 on the 670 3 days till expiration calls. Again, price action moved over to the right until we broke out of this channel in the opening day. All right, and you can see right there, nice price action. Beautiful 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. Now my favorite trade. I'm going to tell everybody what my favorite trade. It's a 10-minute uptrend, all right, that resides inside the 2-hour uptrend. all right, that resides inside the daily uptrend, inside the weekly, inside the monthly. I got all the bigger time frames helping to support my 10-minute uptrend. That's what I like, all right? I don't like going counter trend, all right, in a bullish market. I've lost some money doing that, all right? I'm just saying, don't fight the trend. If it's bullish, kind of stay with it, or find a way to benefit from the pullback. Even though it's a bearish day, find a way to benefit by picking out some longer term options and try to find a happy ground and start accumulating. All right, so just want to say that's my favorite trade. So here's that nice 10-minute uptrend. You can look at it peeling away from VWAP right there. Nice rip. And you can see I sold. All the red dots are sells right into the rally up there, capturing almost every penny right there on the way up. Okay, so there's 1,100 on that, and $50. This was a put spread. It's only made $50 on one side, lost $55 on the other. So kind of a wash. I lost $5, so I'm fine with that. So that's my day for today. Okay, big comeback because I was down 1,800 yesterday. Again, I got to learn how to start with a new 27K account. See, recently I've only had to start with it once a month, all right, because I start them on open houses. But now I'm starting I'm going to start a new 27K account every week. So I gotta find a way. I'm very comfortable trading big accounts, but I gotta find a way to. A lot of my people here in the room don't have big accounts, so it's I'm out of touch with them. So I kind of want to start a new 27K every Monday. Help them. I think that would help them a lot more than me trading a $500,000 account. Let me just say, trading the $500,000 account is a lot of fun. All right, because you got a whole lot of capital you can use. All right, but it doesn't help anybody. That's the bottom line. So today was a good day. All right, we had a nice 10-minute uptrend and we rode that thing. All right. Now I just want to point this out, okay, because we may get the megaphone again tomorrow. All right, we'll see what happens. But whenever you get like a bull flag like this, see if the drawing tools work. Let's try this out. Okay, you get a megaphone, right? So we got a bull flag. You see price goes up, and then it consolidates pretty much over to the right. And it consolidates like pretty much all afternoon, like underneath VWAP, and then into the post market. You can see it right here, and into the pre-market, and then continues to range between the top and the bottom of those candles right there. So when you get something like this, all right, and you're in, recognize it's a bull flag. When I get those, okay, I'm going to share how I trade them, okay, because you might get it in the futures as well. You see a bull flag like this, price is moving over to the right, but every time it goes to break out, it doesn't break out. I trade them like this, okay. I box off the top, or I outline the top and the bottom, okay? And I trade like this, okay? I will trade from the bottom up to the top, okay? Never being completely out of my contracts, okay? From the bottom all the way up. Look how many times this thing pulled back to the bottom. Right here. All right. Back up to the top. Right here. Back up to the top. Right here. Well, right here. Back up to the top. Okay. Right here. Back up to the top. And more. But I like to reserve like 20% of my position, just in case it wants to do this. All right. I kind of knew this was coming. I think I told everybody at 1 o'clock that we may get the breakout because it's been 4 hours at around 1 or 1:30, and we didn't get it, and we got this hard breakdown. And then, like an idiot, I forgot to tell everybody, well, it might be at 2:30. I don't remember if I told you guys, hey, it might happen at 2:30. But anyways, here's 2:30 reversal time. And let's see if that's really it. All right. That is, that's 1:30 right here. Well, this is the 1:30 rally right there. And actually, you didn't have to wait till 2:30. This is 1:30 right here. It happened at 1:30. Okay. You just didn't know it until 2:30 that they were going to break out. Okay. So you did get the rally back up there, but it wasn't until 2:30 that they started to hold the higher ground up here. Okay, you can see right there, and then do the whole breakout thing. So there you go. There's price action. I said it's been 4 hours. Chances are we're going to have a change in character of the price action, and we didn't. All right, not till 2:30. That's when it all kind of helped. But this one was from 1:30, got us all the way back up to the top. So again, when you see the channels, the takeaway here is when you see the channel like this, just moving to the right, and oftentimes they'll have to like go back and forth like this for 4 hours. All right, 4 hours is a typical consolidation time. When you see that, recognize you're probably going to be in it for 4 hours, and just trade the bottom to the top because it's a bull flag. All right, because it's a bull flag. I like trade the bottom to the top. All right, and then I don't exit all of my position up there. Okay, remember I'm always keeping carrying 15 or 20% all the way back down to the bottom here, and then I do it again. Okay, rally it up, reload, and then rally it back up to the top of this where I unload 80%. Again, keeping 20 or 15 or 20 just in case this is going to happen, because you know the time is going out now. They're finally gonna let them rip. So there you go, right there. So that was SPY for today, and I think QQQ did the same thing. All right, so I'll take that off. All right. Okay, and QQQ did the same thing, kind of caught in the channel. Okay. Now tomorrow is going to be interesting because we may get one of the members here text shared with us. Being a little difficult. Come on, there it is. All right. Did you see that? See how long that took to come in? That was ridiculous. Okay. It's going to call it a name, Anyways, again, waffle back and forth. Finally get the breakout there at 2:30, right? Yeah, 3 o'clock on that one, 2:50, and this came up. This was 1:40. So QQQ was a little bit slower than SPY today, but all in all, they did the same deal. All right, so there's QQQ. Now tomorrow. Okay, we may get some more of the same price action, okay, where it consolidates up here after this move. Okay, they may go 2 hours. Okay, they may do 2 hours, all right, in the morning, a continuation of this uptrend that we got, all right, and then they may consolidate for 4 hours in the afternoon. Again, if it's a bull flag consolidating over prior consolidation, okay, I'm gonna be trading it from wherever the bottom of that channel is, again up to the top. If they decide to consolidate again tomorrow, because Tex was sharing something about they got a hedge fund, and the hedge fund actually has a hedge on, all right, and they'll be working themselves out of the hedge and the counteraction to the hedge. So all in all, they'll want to unwind that, all right? So a lot of it's going to expire. So anyways, we're expecting a little bit more tomorrow. So I'm probably going to be trading this again the same way. As long as it's bullish consolidation over prior consolidation, that's a bullish outlook. So I want to trade in the same direction. If it's bearish, all right, then I'll want to trade from this high down to the lows, okay? If it happens to be bearish consolidation. I really don't think so, all right, because they have to, there's a lot of buying pressure that's going to come in tomorrow. So we may break out and continue going. Excuse me. We'll see what happens. Now, when things get going fast tomorrow, okay, just bear in mind, I'm going to give you a couple strategies that I use. Let me see if I can find them here. I wrote them up. I used the blackboard to write them up. Things might be getting going. Things might be moving fast tomorrow, okay? And don't want you to be left out. So see if I got it right here, okay? So here's a couple strategies I use, all right? Because you may run out of shares, okay? There's times when you want to accumulate shares while participating in a market rally. This is what I do, okay? Or an end of the day rally. One strategy I use is, okay, I do this. I offer one out at their ask, all right? And I try to buy two at the bid. Or I'll do two at the offer, at the ask, and three at the bid. You see what I'm doing? I'm accumulating. Now, I go in reverse when I want to work myself out. Three at the ask, one at the bid, or two at the bid. You see what I'm saying? All right, I still want to carry my full boat to, to the target land, all right? So I'll use, when I want to get rid of them, all right? In other words, I don't want to accumulate. I'm going to get rid of three, all right, and buy one or buy two, all right, at the bid. Okay, so that's what I often do. So that's one way, is to offer one out at the ask, bid for one at the bid, and the other one penny lower. All right, that way you get to accumulate while the price is going up and take profit all at the same time. All right. The second one is I offer two contracts at the ask, and I think, I already mentioned this, and I bid for three, all right, at the bid, all right, and I use this strategy in a fast-paced market. It might get going fast tomorrow. You may see a lot of buying all at once or incredibly fast. So to understand what you'll do, you'll need to load in 2 and 3, one on your sell queue. All right, you'll load that up with 2 or 1, and a bid you'll load up with 3. That way you can carry a full boat all the way up to the target land. Okay, so I want to carry this. I do this when I want to accumulate, okay, shares while participating in a market rally. Okay, it's not easy to do. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to practice it on a simulator before you try it. Tomorrow might be a good day to practice it. All right, but anyways, I do expect more bullishness to come in tomorrow. So we'll see what happens, all right? So I just want to share a couple strategies. How I used to divest myself of a position is I will, offer 3 at the ask and 1 at the bid or 2 at the bid, and I still keep staying in that 10-minute uptrend. All right, so what I look at is 10-minute uptrend. See right here, see this 10-minute uptrend QQQ. SPY was much prettier. Okay, nice 10-minute. Yeah, there's 10-minute. See that nice 10-minute uptrend, nice clean. See it? The candle's right on top of the 3. Look at the space between the 3 and the 8, and look how they rise up and away from the brown line. That's VWAP. Okay, so I like that. All right, so that's 10-minute uptrend right there. So this may go fast tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But anyways, when I want to divest myself, I'll offer 3 at the ask and maybe 1 at the bid or 2 at the bid, because I still want to carry my full boat, but I also want to capture profits along the way. So, and when I want to accumulate, I'll do 2 at the ask and 3 at the bid or 4 at the bid. All right, in order to accumulate shares. Hold on, I'm gonna pause the All right, so that's it for today. All right, I'll see everybody tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Hope you had a good day. Hope you made some profits. For everybody out there that's an action junkie like myself, okay, I gotta say the afternoon was fun. I like that. Okay, that was really fun. Yeah. All right. So I like this. This is when the fun happens, really. All right. This is when I make a lot of money because I didn't start these two positions right there. There's almost on a 25K account. There's almost 3,500. All right, and I didn't start those till 2:30. Okay, those two positions right there, and so that's what you can do with a nice 10-minute uptrend. The guys saw me. I farm out a grid. Okay, if you've ever seen me trade, I put out a grid. I fan out sell orders for price to run right into it, or a net of sell orders like this, only bigger. Okay, I make it really big, and then like 2 pennies apart or 3 pennies apart. Sometimes it's sell 2, sometimes it's sell 1, sometimes it's sell 5. It all depends on how many contracts I got. So I fan it out and let price run into it, and then I fan out a net or a grid of buy orders, and I keep moving it up so I get reloaded on every dip. So you can see I sell off. You see how price pulls back? I got reloaded. Okay, I sell off. See how you can see where price pulls back because you can see the blue ones. I get reloaded. Then I sell off again, and then I get reloaded. And then I look at this: sell off, sell off, sell off. Then went on for, oh my gosh, that's like 10 minutes of just straight selling. And that's a lot of pushing the mouse, okay? You can wear out a mouse. I'm hitting sell, sell, sell like fast, because I'm trying to get every penny, trying to milk it, and right into that. And then, of course, you get the pullback and you buy a couple. It's the end of the day. It's after 2:30. You really don't want to be accumulating a whole bunch of shares when the market's going to be overnight. These will all go through some theta decay overnight, but I want to have something coming into tomorrow morning right there. Okay, so thank you, John. Ended up being a very good day. Thanks, Jim. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Hey, Mr. T, did you do well today? I hope you did. Scott did good. I hope you did. Gene W, hope you did good. Tex got multiple goals. All right, Tex played silver and gold. All right, so I think he did the IAU, I think it was IAU. He shared earlier. IAU gold. All right, so he traded that one. I didn't get in on time, so I felt like I missed the boat, so I didn't get in on it. But let me just say, you can see gold hitting new all-time highs, so he nailed it. Way to go, Tex. Way to go. Scott made some money. Love it. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you. I will see you all tomorrow. Again, probably more of the same from what Tex is telling me, them unwinding that hedge that they put on for a quarter. All right, so we probably may see more of the same. So you know how to trade it, and any of you guys trade the futures at night, when you see this consolidation like this in a bull flag, you can still participate by only buying the lows. Okay, only buy the lows and then just sell off into the rallies. And let me just say, okay, they like to slow it down, speed it up, slow it down, speed it up. They're trying to do anything they can to get you to give up your position early. All right, so just pay attention to what's going on. Watch as they speed it up, slow it down, and then they'll look at this. This is like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, low. Then it goes down. You see like that, and then it goes rip up like that. See how they see the speed that's generated, how they speed it up and slow it down. Now they do the same move, but instead of being one huge candle too small, they do 2 candles in 10 minutes, Instead of taking 15 minutes to do it, no, 20. Instead of taking 30 minutes, they get it done in 20 minutes. See how fast it is? Okay, and then they'll speed it up. Now they're going back up here. Now look how many minutes it takes after hitting here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, okay? See what I'm saying? They speed it up, and then they slow it down, and speed it up and slow it down. And you got to just pay attention. Just hang in there to your position as long as nothing's broken. For me, the breaking point is, well, if I saw a bearish rubber band, 10-minute rubber band candle break, all right, underneath the channel here, that would have been, probably game over. But notice nothing came below the channel. Nothing actually closed. Well, maybe this one, let's just say it did. It probably didn't. Let's just say it did. All right, but look at the very next candle was bullish engulfing. Okay, and I've seen this all the time. Okay, so if you compress those two candles, you actually get, big tail right there. Okay, so there's the price action. So kind of pay attention to what they're doing. You can see them speed it up, slow it down, and that's their MO. All right, they're trying to shake you free of your position. Just hang in there, and just trade your strategy. Okay, trade that strategy. It will pay off if you hang on and trade your strategy. Like I said, it's the bearish 10-minute rubber band candle. Would it be a break underneath the channel? Okay, notice it never really happened right there. Yeah, they try to wear you out. They will try to wear you out. And it was 4 hours is a normal consolidation period. And let's just say you started at 9:30. Okay, look when things got going right there. 1:30. Okay, so that's 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. 4 hours exactly right there. Okay, 4 hours consolidation, and then bam. All right, to the moon, Alice. You know what I'm saying? All right, see you guys tomorrow. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. We'll all be prepared. Got a little more skills coming into tomorrow, knowing what to do. All right, everybody have a great night. Thank you so much.